Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the top budget-friendly hardware options for Python programming in 2026. Think of this as your professional executive briefing. We've crunched the latest market data so you can make the absolute smartest choice for your workflow, whether you're a seasoned pro upgrading your setup or just starting out. Real quick, here's our agenda. We'll cover the Python laptop price myth, the essential specs you actually need for 2026, the top everyday coding laptops, the machine learning exception, and finally, our final verdict. Let's get into it. Section 1, the Python laptop price myth. So here is the absolute most crucial takeaway right off the bat. You can get your hands on a genuinely great machine for running VS Code, virtual environments, Jupyter notebooks, the whole shebang, for well under $800. You really don't need $2,000 burning a hole in your pocket just to compile Python efficiently. I love this quote because it just perfectly captures the market reality right now. We are focusing entirely on laptops that punch way above their price tag. The trick to a truly professional, budget-conscious setup isn't just buying cheap. It's knowing exactly which compromises are safe and which ones are going to create massive bottlenecks for you 6 months down the line. Moving right along to Section 2, Essential Specs for 2026. Okay, we have to talk about memory because there is a stark contrast in requirements today. Listen, 16 gigabytes of RAM is an absolute must in 2026. It is the new standard for everyday development. Why? Well, tools like VS Code, combined with a dozen Chrome tabs, a Jupyter kernel, and maybe a Docker container, will easily blast you past 10 gigabytes of usage before you even start the heavy data work. 8 gigs? That's the danger zone. It's going to slow your workflow to an absolute crawl with constant disk swapping. 16 gigs gives you that much-needed room to breathe. Beyond RAM, here's your essential hardware checklist. Fast NVMe storage, mandatory. Skip the spinning hard drives completely and honestly aim for at least 512 gigabytes because storage fills up scary fast. For your CPU, a modern mid-range chip from AMD, Intel, or Apple is perfect. You want that snappy single-core responsiveness. Display-wise, go for a minimum Full HD IPS panel hitting at least 300 nits of brightness. And finally, and this is a big one, you can safely ignore expensive dedicated graphics cards for standard web dev and data analysis. Integrated graphics are totally fine for 99% of your Python work. Let's jump into Section 3, Top Everyday Coding Laptops. First up is the Apple MacBook Air M4. It currently holds the crown for the best overall value for coders on a budget. And yeah, I know it's pretty wild seeing a Mac on a budget list. But here's why. Following the recent M5 release, the still amazing M4 model has seen this really strategic price drop. It's regularly available for around $799 right now, and Apple finally made 16 gigs of unified memory, the base spec, completely eliminating those crippled 8 gig machines from the past. Plus, it natively runs macOS, meaning tools like Homebrew and Docker are just a joy to use. Oh, and it gets an absolutely unmatched 16 hours of silent, fanless battery life. The one big watch out though, that 256 gigabyte base storage fills up super fast. And since neither the storage nor the RAM is upgradable, you really have to buy exactly what you need up front. Now, if your priority is maximizing your return on investment and getting as much screen real estate as possible, look further than the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5. This thing is an absolute value champion. It's commonly priced somewhere between $430 and $605. For that insanely low price, you're often getting a generous 1 terabyte SSD and a large 16-inch screen. That extra vertical space is genuinely lovely for coding. It lets you comfortably tile your IDE and browser side by side without squinking. It's packing an Intel Core 5 and 16 gigs of RAM, so it handles multitasking easily. The catch? The 300-nit display is just a little bit dim for super bright environments, and on the U-series models, that RAM is soldered to the board. Okay, what if you need ultimate mobility? Maybe you're working remotely, moving between campuses or cafes all day. For that, we have the Acer Aspire 14 AI. Starting at roughly $700, this machine's battery life is frankly ridiculous. Independent tests clock it anywhere from 14 to 22 hours, depending on your workload. It's a true Copilot Plus PC with either an Intel Core Ultra 5 or a Ryzen AI 7. But the real hidden gem here? The display. The base IPS model is a bit lackluster, but if you can snag the optional OLED display, which is almost unheard of at this price point, it transforms into this top-tier, lightweight mobile programming station. Next up is the ASUS Vivobook 16. This is your go-to if you want raw, multi-core muscle and the peace of mind that comes with future-proofing. You can usually find this on sale for around $550. It features an 8-core, 16-thread Ryzen AI 7 processor that will absolutely chew through your data and test suites. But its biggest advantage? It actually includes a spare SODIMM slot. This means you can easily upgrade your RAM beyond 16 gigabytes down the road as your datasets get larger. Sure, the chassis is a bit chunkier and it has a pretty basic 60Hz display, but for robust, upgradable value in a durable body, it's a highly strategic choice. All right, section 4, the machine learning exception. We really need to talk about the VRAM bottleneck. Like we established earlier, normal coding doesn't need a GPU. But if your Python work involves local machine learning, using frameworks like PyTorch or TensorFlow, you absolutely need hardware acceleration. The model actually loads directly into the graphics card's video RAM, or VRAM. So an NVIDIA GPU with enough VRAM is totally mandatory for CUDA acceleration. Without it, you're pretty much stranded. To handle this specialized workflow without blowing your budget, we highly recommend the HP Victus 15. Essentially, it brings gaming to your hardware straight into the data science lab. Now, while it is technically a gaming laptop, the Victus provides the absolute cheapest entry point to 8 GB of current-gen GDDR7 VRAM. With RTX 5050 configuration starting around $699, you're getting the actual CUDA acceleration you need to train models locally. But listen up, here's a massive warning. If you buy the cheapest confit that ships with just a single 8GB stick of system RAM, you absolutely must upgrade it. Thankfully, both the RAM and storage are user upgradable. You are trading away battery life and portability since it sits at a hefty £5. But honestly, that's just the cost of doing local AI development on a budget. And finally, section 5, the final verdict. Let's bring this all together in our executive summary. If you want premium all-around performance and total silence, get the MacBook Air M4. If your main metric is sheer value and screen size, the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5 is your winner. Need to work away from an outlet for 2 days straight? Grab the Acer Aspire 14 AI. Want to upgrade your RAM later on? The ASUS Vivobook 16 is for you. And if you're training neural networks locally, the HP Victus 15 is your budget CUDA powerhouse. So, the real question is, which machine actually matches your specific workflow? Evaluate your daily requirements against these profiles before you buy. Please don't overspend on specs you don't actually need. As long as you hit that sweet spot of 16 gigs of RAM and a fast NVMe SSD, you're gonna have a setup that powers your Python journey seamlessly for years. Take a hard look at your code. Which of these specialized machines is going to unlock your best work? Think on that, and we'll see you in the next explainer.